Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson Media, and we are having a special. And I want to introduce my guest to you, or maybe I can give him a chance to introduce himself, and we can have a conversation about leadership, especially for the young people. And my friend, thank you so much. Maybe you can introduce yourself to our viewers.
Thank you for having me, Brother Benson, and give me this platform. I am Hassan Kula from Madera County. I am a former aspirant Takabas Ward, Upia Party. But now, after we had the experience, we have come up with another party.
Uh,
I am a deputy party leader for Ella with my mentor, John Ogada.
okay.
We sat down and started a party.
Mhm,
Yes, it is still in the open,
mhm,
but after 2 months, we're going to be done everything.
mhm,
I'm a deputy party leader now,
mhm,
professionally, and I'm an IIT professional,
mhm.
and I'll be a future politician for young people so that I'll become an example to them.
Okay, thank you very much, and for letting us know that you really participated in 207 election, Tw- uh,
No,
2020,
2020.
2022, right?
Yes.
Okay, 2022. Okay, 2022. So maybe as a young person who participated into that election, would you mind sharing with us your experience and what were your challenges?
When you first started politics, it's the first time youth normally they get a lot of challenges,
Mhm,
especially
mhm,
the political states and the political alignment. You
mhm,
have to agree with them. If you
mhm,
don't agree with them, they will push you to the side.
mhm,
And you know what normally the political giant, because it depend on dimension.
mhm,
Political challenges depend on dimension. If
mhm,
you are in Nairobi, the challenge you face as a youth is different from when you are in Northeastern, when you are in Rift Valley. It's very different
mhm,
because uh, as for me, in Northeastern, 80% of the population are not educated.
mhm,
Then there's this cultural issue. I don't know if it is traditional issue.
mhm,
People don't look at the manifesto that we have.
mhm.
They tend to look at whether you are wealthy
Yeah,
or the only person,
mhm.
or maybe you are old enough to lead, or you are wealthy enough to be a leadership.
Okay,
And
so
they
okay.
normally they normally quote the saying that says,
Mhm,
"What a only man see while seated,
mhm.
a young person cannot even see while standing." I don't know how that I don't know how that translates to leadership.
Yeah.
As a youth,
Mhm,
we tend to fight for ourselves.
mhm,
If you don't have financial muscle, it will be a big challenge to you. Many people, when you are first time, believe that the party can do for you a lot.
mhm,
But through party preliminaries,
mhm,
most of the youth have been left down
mhm,
because of the political arena in our country.
mhm,
And if you are not good enough and your pocket is not huge,
mhm,
you cannot fulfill your passion to be a politician or a leader. And the other challenges is based on society.
mhm,
It has also now rotten to the core.
mhm,
They intend to follow some political alignment. Only
mhm,
this political party can do.
mhm.
And if you are not in that political party, you cannot you cannot succeed in your election.
Okay, so
So the youth normally face a lot of challenges when you are first
okay.
political journey.
So if we look at you, the northeastern, especially where you're coming from, uh, what are the biggest political parties that are there, like the dominant political party?
In Northern Party, it is the case like normally in every election, in every general election, those who are leaders, they normally go and buy a political vehicle.
Mm,
2017, we had a new political party. 2022, we had a political party and again.
mhm,
So they just look at the environment
mm,
and go and vote a new party where they can fund and they do they do politics. 2022, they have come up with a new party headed by a former and a two-year governor. He
mhm,
bought a party and then he make himself a party leader.
mhm,
Then he speaker, he former speaker that he worked with for 10 years. He
mhm,
become a governor. Do you
mhm,
see how they arrange themselves? His speaker become a governor, then he ran for a senate.
mhm.
That is how they dominate the Northeastern.
Yeah.
The political will come up with a party
Mhm.
so that it will dominate.
You
And
talked.
people will normally listen to elders.
Mm,
Elders are normally in the pocket of the politician.
mm,
So the elders have the say. If they say that this person cannot get our votes,
mm,
that is their end. If they said you are the right person,
mhm.
that's how it is local. Our politics is local.
Okay. You talked about education, and you said some about how when it comes to education, like especially in northern part, the percentage is not so high as compared to other communities. What is the leadership doing, especially the leadership that comes in? Do they prioritize, like they put education like the first priority, or there are some other things that overtake education?
Unfortunately, most of our leaders
Mm,
they instead prioritize other
mhm,
projects
mhm,
that doesn't have any impact on our society.
mhm,
Nobody is addressing that issue that 70% of our population are uneducated.
mhm,
Most of our elderly people they don't even understand what is manifesto. You
mhm,
see, when you talk about manifesto, it is very hard to explain to them.
mhm,
And it is a young leader like us
mhm,
who will go if we join the leadership.
mhm,
We want to bring such changes so that there will be a policy that provide that the elderly people also go to schools, the
mhm,
adult schools,
mhm,
so that our population can also be educated. But as per now,
mhm.
they're just prioritizing other projects which are not even having benefits to our society.
So let us just look at it in terms of the wider part when you're looking at the Kenya political space. Uh, what do you think can be the strategies that can be put in place, especially for the youths, so that we can get into leadership? Because if you look at how the, the, the bigger political parties usually don't listen or do not give youths a chance. So, what are strategies can young leaders like you put in place so that they can be in the leadership and make sure that their voices are heard?
Unfortunately, we are 75% of a voting class in Kenya.
Mhm,
We have a voice. We don't need even any policy or anyone to push us. It
mhm,
is we that we need to stop to be enemies to one another.
mhm,
If a youth bring himself to be on the board and he want to run for an elected seat,
mhm,
we can rally behind him. We can back up our fellow youth,
mhm,
and we tend to fight for our rights. But when we sit and wait for others to do for it for us, It will never happen. We can raise better
mm,
if we are independent
mm,
and criticize our leaders.
mm,
We talk to them.
mm,
We fight for projects in counties and national governments
mm,
because we have many policies which are just on papers
mhm,
that are not doing anything.
mm,
We have the sessional paper number 3 of July 2007,
mm,
which provide policy framework for addressing issues affecting the youth,
mm.
the issue of creation of jobs,
Yeah.
health, education, but just
Mm,
there in papers. You see,
yeah.
the section paper of labor, youth, women resource development 208 to
Mm,
2012, and there,
mm,
the National Act Plan in Youth Employment 207 2012, they're there.
mm,
We are not short of policies, but it is how we are going to fight for it and to be in the platform of advocating for ourselves
mhm,
and to make that policies work. So as a young leader, you need to not depend on anybody.
mhm,
You believe in yourself,
mhm,
you strategize,
mhm,
and you go to the ground level. When the campaign is ready, you sell yourself, you go and talk to elders, convince them.
mhm,
There's no shortcut.
mhm,
Nobody will support you. Nobody will hold your hand
mhm.
and say that this guy deserves to be a leader. No day. It is
Oh,
as a youth, we need to believe in ourselves, push
mhm,
ourselves,
yeah.
and that is how we're going to overcome them.
So do you think like even right now the government is in place is giving the youth that opportunity, that space to express themselves in various departments or you even need to come to appointments?
That is where the gaps comes because we are short of representatives. The people who are in the Senate, the people who are in Parliament, the people who are in Assembly.
Mm,
Because if you said youth, in Article 260 of Constitution, you talk
mm,
about individual between 18 years to
mhm,
35.
yeah.
That is youth. If you are above 35, you are not a youth. So if you go to our parliament,
Yeah.
national assembly, the
Mm,
senate,
mm,
those people are not youth. That's
mm,
why our voice are not heard. The only way our voice will be heard is when we are well represented.
yeah.
And we can because we are 75% of the voting time in Kenya.
Mhm,
We can
mhm,
even elect a president as a youth so that our voice will be heard. But now you don't have say in any policy making
mhm.
anything. How can you expect the policy of youth to be implemented in parliament and we don't have even a two-third of the parliament votes? So we are less short.
And another thing is when even if you come to the political parties itself, like the positions that are held by the so-called youths, majority of them are not youths. They are above 35 years. Some of them are clocking on 50.
Exactly. And
So
then
yeah.
even if the youth are elected, maybe 4 or 5 to be elected in parliament,
Mhm.
you must work with the state. If you don't work with the state, you'll be thrown out. That's why the little that are elected also cannot criticize the government.
Mm.
Yeah,
Even like the ministry for sports and youth and that calls the name of the youth, actually the somebody who is very young is not holding. They look, maybe they look somebody in, when you're young they look in terms of your body size. If you're very slim like me, maybe you're young. They don't look at your years. Okay. Maybe something that also, if you would like to share with us, what, as a young leader, because I know when you participated in the last general election, you lost with a smaller at 2015. How was the feeling?
Actually, when you join politics and your aim is to win
Mm,
or to bring a change,
mm,
even if you lose,
mhm,
yes, it's normally so painful
mm,
because whatever you are aiming, you want to bring change, you want to bring impact to the society, have been lost.
mhm,
But the bigger picture
mhm.
is that you have just test the water. If you want to test the ocean, you first throw the stone.
Yeah.
Before you throw it inside,
Mhm,
you first hit the stone.
mhm,
You have experience, you gain experience.
mhm,
It's about trying. Next time you can make it. The only coward thing is when you have tried and lose, you lose hope. You
mhm.
never lose. Yes, we still have next time to try.
Okay. But for your case, it was like you are a first timer who you're running a first timer against big names.
Yes, yes. I was running against the former sitting MCS
Yeah.
and someone who is very oil.
Oily.
If you say oily, I think you can understand political terms.
Yeah, I know. So
But
when you're
as a
running,
young person, I have make it. I have
and
achieved a lot.
you lost you lost with
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
this margin, small margin, like and you're a first timer. Um, how,
Actually, that's give.
uh,
Actually, that's give me the hope
yeah,
that anything can be done.
anything can be.
Despite people saying you are young,
Mhm,
they despise you based on your huge pockets,
mhm,
political mass,
mhm,
party affiliation. See, if you try and muscle with them,
mhm,
and you only left with a small margin,
mhm.
that can give you a hope that you can make it.
Yeah, so like now, because election were over, and because once you tested the leadership, or once you contest for a leadership, you will always be a leader. Elective, you will always be a leader. And did your vision for your area ended at the ballot, or is a vision that is still continuing, and you will continue to pursue it until you achieve these challenges that your people are facing?
If you are a politician,
Yeah.
or you're, there are two politicians. There are someone who are deemed to be a politician
Mm,
and someone who have been created to be a politician, to
mm,
be a puppet to someone, just to
mm,
be there to serve someone.
mhm,
I am a born leader, and
mm.
now we are in the process of preparing for 2027 election. That's why we have started a party
Yeah.
with, with my good friend John Ogada.
Mhm,
Prepare.
yeah.
We are ready for the second time, the
Mhm.
third time, fourth time. We'll be there. We'll be
Okay.
there. We'll be there.
Okay. Let me bring you. You talked about you. I know Honorable John Ogada is a good friend of mine. You've talked about your political party, but when you look at the Kenyan political parties, they're usually um, the way they are formed. They are usually formed with a particular setup, or a particular to achieve something, and they usually have challenges whereby immediately after the election, there's whereby the stopping. The first people to get that position once he's elected is going to work with another political party, and we are seeing that with the ODA right now, whereby some members decided now they say they are working with the government. What as a party, how will you deal with that challenge? Because it's something that is there.
And for Ella, we have a mission and vision as a party.
Mm-hmm,
This is a party they formed on empowerment of the youth.
mm-hmm,
We advocate for the youth.
mm-hmm,
We tend to fight for the right of the youth.
mm-hmm,
If the government are ready, involving us.
Mm.
Maybe 2027, maybe our president can even win
Yeah. Yeah.
for our party.
Yeah.
We tend to have a presidential leader
Mm-hmm.
who can vibe on our party.
Mm-hmm.
Then that time we can advocate for the right for the youth, and we can work with the government if the intention is to work for the youth, and we welcome all the people on board
Mm-hmm.
for the betterment of Kenyans.
Especially the youth to
We,
be
we, we,
intelligent.
we don't go bed with others who are not ready to work with the betterment of the youth as a party.
Okay. We have so many to discuss about the youth, but like let's just change gear a little bit and come to the issues that are right now, the issues in the world, or like things that are happening in our political space or globally. I hope you are aware. Um, it's now almost 2 to 3 days about this war between Hamas, especially Palestine and Israel. You know the history of that area very well, the Palestine, and how even like the Israel was created and all that. Based on what is happening right now, what do you think? What is your opinion?
Unfortunately, this war will not end very soon because of the political alignment.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the USA, the UK, these big giants
Mm-hmm.
align with Israel.
Mm-hmm.
The like of Russia and the Arab countries are aligned with Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
And if we go that way,
Mm-hmm.
it is not easy to find a peace. But what I found,
Mm-hmm.
that people are not talking about humanity.
Mm-hmm.
They only talk about their interest.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
know what the interest of people dying. Is it Palestine
Uh-huh.
or Israel?
Mm-hmm.
People are dying. We need to talk about peace, how to
Mm-hmm.
come up with a resolution, not supporting this team. And if you see what the Western are doing, they all advertise when the Israel are attacked,
Mm-hmm.
bombed,
Uh-huh.
but they never show in news what is happening to Palestine
Uh-huh.
on daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
People have been slaughtered in their house,
Mm-hmm.
bombing
Mm-hmm.
civilians.
Mm-hmm.
You see, those are humanity.
Mm-hmm.
7 years of crime, war against Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be clear on that.
Mm-hmm.
And as a leader,
Mm-hmm.
our intention are not good.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this war will not end very soon. But we hope that the peace will be restored.
Yep. If you look at it, we without even taking sides, we have especially women, like these young kids who are paying a price that they do not know. You know, leaders should also find a way of getting immediate solution to this. You know, it has the war. That war has been there for the long for they say Palestine has been dealing with that kind of war for the last, is it 46 years? So um, I think the solution should be reached, but we look into it and know what is causing all this, because I think when you look at Gaza is landlocked, right?
Exactly.
And everything that come to Gaza and leave Gaza has to pass through Israel. They have to, so
The problem is that Gaza, they want to be, or Palestine, they want to be an independent country.
yes,
Nobody wants you to control your water,
yeah,
your
yeah,
your political, social, and economic. Uh,
yeah.
to say the fact, Israel are control everything.
Mm-hmm,
Imagine the last 2 to 3 days, there's blackouts
mm-hmm,
throughout the.
mm-hmm,
You see how they are controlling the states for a
mm-hmm,
country.
mm-hmm.
How do you feel when today USA is controlled by Kenya?
Yeah,
That's people in Palestine are feeling.
yeah, so
But we take a side.
mm,
We normally side. We don't talk about the truth.
but hopefully the world leaders will find a lasting solution to it, rather than, because I feel when now everybody takes sides, the solution is not going to be fast, because each and every will support um their their their, their people, because like the European nations, the United States are for Israel, the Russia, the Arab League are standing with Palestine. So everybody wants to,
In the face of humanity, instead of bringing peace,
yeah.
they are the one who is funding the violence. That's the problem. The major issue.
Yeah, hopefully a lasting solution will be found. Coming back to Kenya, like there's uh, national dialogue that is taking place, especially is centered um, around electoral justice. We have things like cost of living, among other things, but the main issue is about electoral justice, whereby some suggestions are that they want to introduce the position of leader of opposition. Um, do you think that one will solve the issues that we have if we introduce the leader of opposition?
My opinion, I don't think so.
Mm,
I think they are just wasting their time
mm,
because this is not the first time we had such a meeting, such a handshake.
mm,
We have many reports
mhm,
concerning the electoral injustices.
mhm,
They are just put in paper.
mhm,
The political giant, if they receive their interest,
mm,
all these policies, everybody. Now at the bombers, they are receiving reforms,
mhm,
policies
mhm,
from every countries,
mhm,
from every county.
mhm,
Everybody will come with a policy, a good one.
mhm,
It's very sweet on
mhm,
paper,
mhm,
but no action have been done.
mhm,
You see what is happening in normally before election we have commission, IBC commission, which are not even ready for the election.
mhm,
We have many commission like EAC.
mhm,
I can say we have many commission in
mhm,
Kenyans which are just eating taxes, Kenyan taxes, but they are not doing their work.
mhm.
Ethic and Anti-Corruption Commission, something commission. There are very many, but they are not doing anything. Yeah, we have IBC. Now
Mhm,
they are telling us after the election have ended, we are like these stories.
mhm,
Now 2022 election have been ended. Now they are at the bombers telling us stories how
mhm,
they are not prepared.
mhm,
You see how the election have been still. It will
mhm,
never help.
mhm,
Even 2027,
mhm,
because this issue is recurrent, it will happen again.
mhm,
Take it from me. Nothing come out from bombers.
mhm,
Yes, we have seen they are receiving a resolution reports. And one of my good friend from Igori said,
mhm.
we want to do away with the bombers,
Yeah,
the election.
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
He said that the election will be done in colleges like USA. That
Mhm,
the presidential election will be counted at the counties. It will be announced at the county level.
mhm.
Then the result will be declared. This
If
is how good it is. But
you know, you
there's
know
nobody will listen to him.
the one for USA. Another thing that they should consider is one. When it comes whereby you want to do it like we call it electoral college votes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what usually sometimes I'm not very I've tried I'm still not very kind of like understand, but what usually happens when we have electoral college votes, you might find that in a state, if you win in that state, there are just the electoral college votes that you get when you win in that state. So that one is going to propel you to the presidency. You usually don't, the president is not determined by like the larger votes that you've gotten, the number of votes that you've gotten. If you compare Hillary Clinton when they were running, when she was running against Trump, she got the majority votes, but she had Trump defeated her in electoral college votes.
Exactly. Exactly.
So if we are going to do it like that, what will happen is that places like maybe central Kenya that has like the majority of votes, they will still get more electoral college votes. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it requires um, it requires very, people need to dig deep into it. And the other day
No,
I was
this
talking
one
to
is
one
a
friend.
good.
Yeah.
You have just borrowed some script from there,
Uh-huh.
but it's not that difficult to do because you say we do away with the nationally counted vote at the bombers.
Uh-huh.
The presidential vote normally is counted at the bombers.
Mhm.
You say, why can't you do at the county level and announce the presidency there? As we normally do the governors, the MCAs, the MPs, we normally announce at the county level.
Mm.
So that there's no Kamagos.
That along the way we cannot find somebody
While the phone is transferred from Mandera to Nairobi
uh,
through whatever means, if it is technology or through air,
uh,
there's no Kamagos on the way.
okay. That's a very good one. People are being like the Kenyan should think. I don't know, because like when you look at the Kenyan politics, the mostly contested post is the presidency. It's literally contested, and it is a do or die for everybody. Yeah,
No, in Kenya we normally the people doesn't have say.
yeah,
The, sy- the system have the say for the presidency.
for the presidency.
Yes.
But the same system can also be used in the counties if we say that we are going to announce the result at the county. So you'll find the county where the presidential candidate is coming from will try by all means to make sure that their candidate get majority of the votes.
Yeah, that's why I said our commission is not strong enough to
Mm,
determine the transparency, the eligibility of an election.
mm,
It is not about who will going to win.
mhm.
It's about how umejipanga. Unaona wanasemanga umejipanga.
And I'm
The
about
way
to invest.
you have to strategize yourself with the society,
Mhm,
with the political alignment,
mhm,
and then with the state, the machine itself.
mm.
That's why it is so difficult for young leaders to win.
Yeah,
Because you
because
cannot get all that. Because to get all that,
yeah,
you must be oil. You must be oil enough. Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, my brother, maybe your final word for the people of Northeastern, especially your area, especially the young.
Yeah, this is Hon Hassan Kula.
Mm,
This is my final word to all the youth
mhm,
that we can. I am now example to you that we can do whatever we want to do.
mhm,
Everything is possible
mhm,
because we have the energy to do so.
mhm,
Let us not be the enemy to ourselves.
mhm,
We are capable enough to be a leader.
mhm,
I want to do away with the saying that say that
mhm,
what an old man sees seated,
mhm,
a young man cannot see while standing.
mhm,
I have done it.
mhm.
I have seen it while seated.
Yeah.
Let nobody lie to you.
Uh,
Let nobody distract you from a mission or a
mm,
vision to be a leader. You
mm,
can be a leader.
mm,
Try your luck.
mm,
And Nelson Mandela once said that uh, today youth is a future leader.
mhm,
But people have changed now the narratives.
mhm.
It is no longer we are uh, a next future.
Yeah,
People are taking our space,
mm,
so we fight for our space.
mm. Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Thank you very much for taking your time to be with us. And I hope every youth outside there would listen to this and make sure that they do the necessary so we can the country can get the change that they need, especially through leadership of the youth. And for those who are watching or those who will be watching, thank you so much. And if you are new or it's your first time watching, you can become a member of the family by subscribing to our channel. By subscription, then we will appreciate so that if we have such like conversation and discussion with the young leaders, you can be part of it. And that is it for today. Thank you so much, and may you blessed and have a nice day. Have a good day, depending from where you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.